Welcome back to Flying Dutchman Cards and the next episode of the 1989 Topps Retrospective, Part 2 of the Master Collection. And what I'm calling the Master Collection is basically 1989 Topps in all of its forms throughout the year, getting as many of them as I can, but not every single thing, but as many examples as I can, just because it's fun. And I really like the design. As much because this is the 21st episode, and so you can tell that Doug and I are fans. So over here, I always point this way, but it's always this way. My brother Doug from Don't Talk to Robots is joining me as always. So welcome, brother, to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I mean, it's 21st episode, 21st century, 1989 Topps. It's our bread and butter, basically.
Yeah, it's true. Also, just want to do a quick shout out because you are wearing a very special hat. Can you explain to us what that hat is all about?
Yes. So I have 3 daughters, and I thought I was only going to have 3 daughters, and then we had a surprise, and that surprise happened to be a boy. And so for Christmas, the bun was in the oven, the boy was in the oven. For Christmas presents, we gave everybody kind of swag with his name on it or his initials to kind of, this is announcing to our family what his name was going to be. So it's Matthias Drew.
Nice.
And that is for 2 of his uncles, one of them, which is you,
nice.
And Drew.
Nice.
And then Mara, my wife's brother, is named Matthew. So Matthias Drew. So that was kind of his name. So anyway, I made this hat, and I kind of started off modeling it over the side off of a little bit of the Expos old logo.
Oh, yeah. With a little...
Yeah, a little bit of that. And then it kind of got more, futuristic. I don't know. I like it. So it's got an M and a D for Matthias Drew.
Nice.
Bubba calls it his swag. But
Nice.
that's Bubba, by the way, if you're familiar with our channel.
Yes.
Bubba's real name is Matthias Drew. We just call him Bubba. But so he calls this his swag. So I need to probably get him a hat or a shirt his size that has on it. But that's the story of the hat.
That's awesome. Very cool. And then you also made one for my firstborn son, Preston Scott. So it has PS on it, which is cool. And Scott is your middle name, so we didn't name him Doug. We named him Scott. So, but
found it.
Oh
no! And that Preston Scott one I modeled after the old brown and gold San Diego hats.
Oh, nice. Yeah. There we go.
I was kind of tried to tweak it up a little bit, copyright and stuff, but
yeah. So I'll show that off sometime because I got that one still. So. Very nice. Okay, so let's jump into looking at all of 1989 Topps in all of its forms, and we're going to pull up the card cam.
Card cam. Let's go.
Card cam. There we go. So first up, I forgot to show off these ones. I have some 1989 Topps Tiffany. So this is from my Andres Thomas Super Collection. So you can see here, you can kind of see a little bit of the gloss. We have a reference card. It also looks glossy too, but this is glossier. And then the dead giveaway though is the white cardstock, which just looks so amazing, just makes it pop. So we got
Flying Dutchman cards. Did you know that they were not called Topps Tiffany? That was a nickname given to the cards later on. I believe they're just called Collector's Edition.
Oh, very interesting. I did not know that. So thank you for an enlightening assault. Well, actually, I did know that because you told me that like 5 minutes ago. But knowledge. So then we also have the leaders one with Mr. Andres Thomas on there. So we got 2 Topps Tiffany. I think I might have an Ozzie Smith one as well. So
wait, bring back the Topps leaders one.
Yeah.
Braves leaders one. What is he signaling to the other players? Like, oh yeah, the next guy coming at bat, he's only about this tall. So.
Or that's like, isn't that like clipping or I don't know? There's some like illegal shift or something in like he's like, illegal shift, something like that. But They're definitely just hanging out. Like it's hard. Like 1988 Topps, they have these awesome like two-player, like Joe Carter and Corey Snyder are like for Cleveland, you know, like on there and they're like posing.
Yeah,
and then they went to this. I mean, I'm glad that there's another Andres Thomas card, but like, come on, like I think we could have done a little bit better here.
And I'm still perplexed by the amount of like white fading that they did on those.
Yeah, it's just like there's just so much. Why?
Just more picture, less white.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so our next one up. This is a really interesting one. I teased this in my last Andres Thomas video, but this is from 1992-93 archives, and this is basketball, obviously. And what they did is Topps didn't like produce any basketball cards from like 81 to like 90. Like 91, something like that. 91, 92. I guess 92, 93 would have been the first one. So what they did for this set of archives, they took all the rookies that would have had rookie cards for each of those years and then put them in the baseball designs. And so it's super cool because like, so there's like 15 or so of these cards, but they're for each year. So like 81, 82, 83, 84. So like the 84 designs have like Jordan on them. And so it's like, they're super cool. So
that is cool.
Yeah, so when I saw these, I was like, these are legit. So so you could just see like the different colors and the different names. It's just this is why I'm like, this is why I love 89 Topps, because you can find it in all these different things. And then too, like these are all the players that I remember in 1989, you know, like watching basketball. So BJ Armstrong, Mookie Blaylock, which is actually, fun fact, Pearl Jam's name before they were Pearl Jam, they toured as Mookie Blaylock. I believe it's Pearl Jam. Now I'm starting to second guess it. No, it wasn't Pearl Jam. It was another no, it was Pearl Jam. It was Pearl Jam. Put it
Pearl Jam, final answer.
Final answer. Vlade Divac. That one's a legit one. He was always one of my favorites because he had an awesome beard. But he was also like just like sweet like Euro player, and he was kind of like with that first wave, and you'll see there's a couple more coming up. The first wave of like Euro players coming up. Sherman Douglas, Blue Edwards.
That's an interesting one. The double Z's at the end.
Oh yeah, because that would have been like a new letter because like there's no Z's in any MLB team names, so they would have had to come up with that. Sean Elliott.
That's some bright pink there too.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if they had an entire set of these. Yeah,
I know. And so the bummer is that they didn't do the backs. I'm thinking just because they did, you know, it's like every 15 cards, so they didn't do all the backs. Yeah, so that's what the backs look like if you're curious. Nervous Purvis, that was his nickname. He wasn't very good.
That's got Pippen in the background.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Oh, and then what was the other guy?
Will Cartwright.
Cartwright, yeah. I was like Crawford, no.
Yeah. Tim Hardaway, is that Ewing going up against?
Yeah, that's Ewing. Check out the knee pads.
Yes, old man knees. Sharunas Marshallonis. Do you remember him?
I don't, but I'm really impressed that you just rolled that name off the top.
Oh yeah. He played for the Sox for a couple years, and I wasn't a big fan because we traded someone for him, but he was actually pretty money, and he is ripped out of his mind, so that also helps. But so he played for the Lithuania team in the 1992 Olympics when they got I think they got the bronze. They won the bronze medal. But do you remember they had the tie-dyed uniforms?
Oh yeah.
So and so the Grateful Dead actually sponsored them, and so they had all these like tie-dyed uniforms and warm-ups and all that stuff. And so he was Sharunas Marshallonis.
That's awesome. Those arms remind me of my arms.
I know. Yeah. It's like I just don't want to make anyone feel bad, so that's why I'm not wearing that. So. And then Drazen Petrovic. So him and like Vlade Divac. There's a really good ESPN 30 for 30 that talks about them. So he tragically died in a car accident. I want to say mid. It must have been kind of just right around this time when these, not 1989, but like 92, 93 type of thing. But that's a pretty sweet one. He was like the up and coming. He would have been like the Luka, like back in the day. Like if he would have kept going, I think he would have really done well.
I've seen that documentary. It's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of the 30 for 30s are pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a cool photo.
J.R. Reed. It doesn't like. Is he going to dunk it? I'm not quite sure.
He's either going up or he's either getting rejected by the rim.
Yeah, it's just like. Then we got Glenn Rice definitely over the.
Yeah, he got up on that one.
Yeah, yeah. So known mostly for his 3-point shooting, but he was like 6'8". Went to Michigan, so always a big fan. He played on that 1988 championship team that won in the Kingdom for Michigan. So Pooh Richardson. I mean, like, we have Blue Edwards, Pooh Richardson, Mookie Blaylock. Like, where are all these names?
All right, wait, don't go back.
Yeah, yeah.
They should have flipped. They should have Trail Wars. They should have had Timberwolves in green and then the outline in purple because you cannot read that. At least
I know that is really dark.
What?
Yeah.
Who thought purple or dark blue on black would work?
It's like, come on, guys.
Accessibility, guys.
Yeah.
I wonder at this point how many people are like, wait a minute, I came here for baseball, and then we're dropping all this mad basketball knowledge on people.
I know. Yeah, these are like the first basketball cards I featured on the channel, but only because they're in the 1989 Topps baseball design. So, I really want to call my channel, change it to Flying Dutchman baseball cards, but we can't. Now this is where the cards comes in. So, and then the last one, the Admiral David Robinson, that's definitely a 2-hand flush.
Oh yeah.
So he was the man back in the day. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, so I was excited about these ones, and it's cool because they're a little glossy. We'll go to our reference card. You can't really tell, maybe tell a little bit, but they are definitely glossy. So
those are cool.
Sweet.
Nice,
okay.
Nice pickup.
Yeah. So I was excited about those. So next ones we're going through. So these are most of these are reprints. And so this is when Topps started just kind of recycling things throughout the years, kind of what they're doing. They do, they're doing some in 2021, they do reprints. So this is from 2001. So this is like a 50th anniversary. Let me see, what is it? Let's see on here. It Topps 50 years. 50 so years. It would be, I guess 2001. Yeah, because now it's 70 years. So yeah, so it's the 50-year.
The math works out. They
yeah. So yeah, so this is the same card, but it's interesting, these ones, because it has the same number. So this is what they do sometimes, like the reprint has the same number here, but then down below you can see, reprint 32 of 45 or whatever. So just kind of interesting. So
I need to get that one for my
your Bellinger collection.
Yeah.
So there's like 6 of these through the years. I've only picked up a handful of them. So yes. So yeah, then we have, this is from 2001 archives. And so you can see the stamp there. So this is Mike Schmidt. The cool part about this one too is, here, I'll actually put this one down so I can, is that it's on the thicker cardstock. So we'll go to our reference. You probably can't really tell, but believe me that it is on the kind of what archives feels like now. It's on the thicker cardstock.
Nice.
A little bit different. It's even darker. That's weird. So, but this was what I think this year for archives, they picked like first and last card. So it was like the first card of your career and the last card of your career. And that's so that was for Mike Schmidt, which is a fun one. And then this is from 2002 archives. And then this is when they picked like their best year. So they like, it was all different cards, but then like this was Will Clark's like best year. So they picked his 1989 Topps, which is kind of funny because it has his stats for his 88 season. It doesn't have his 89 stats on it, which when he was good anyways.
Yeah.
Kind of ironic. But then, then too, like this one, they just rocked the full, back, and then, just put down here that it's, the number, and that's 2001. But then in this one, they put this like giant disclaimer, reprint thing, probably because people were like punting them off.
Okay, now look at those. Look at the balls. I think they squished them.
Oh yeah. Don't
they look more like ovals than circles?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and the red lines are definitely way.
That's lame. They just like smushed it in Photoshop.
Yeah, and just like yeah. So those are.
That looks nice.
Yeah, And then the stamp looks nice. I like the stamp. But yeah, and both of these are kind of on like a little bit thicker cardstock. But yeah, like kind of totally different styles, just 1 year apart. So so next up, next year we're traveling to, and there's actually some more. This is kind of the years where there's like 2 or 3 and all these kind of weird sets I'm trying to pick up. But these are next ones are these Rookie Cup reprints. So this was like an insert set in Topps. So we have Ron Gant, which I actually have this one inside in TTM, which I'm going to pull up right. Oh wait, I didn't grab it. But so this one's funny. So we have. You
can have it slide in from the side.
Yeah. But, so we have Ron Gant, and then we have Chris Sabo. And so, viewers at home, do you notice anything different between these 2 cards? They're the same size. I'm not, holding one in or out. So if you notice here, those Rookie Cups, like, I don't know why one is like, a third bigger than the other one. And then the other weird part is this like random line that's here. So we'll go back to our reference card. So this is another Reds card. So that's how it should look. Like the font is smaller. It's totally different too. Like,
yeah.
Look at the E. It's totally a different E. It's like they didn't.
The R is not the same either.
Oh, the R is not the same either. Yeah.
I bet they just got a font that was close enough, but not the exact same one. Because look at Chris Sabo. That's really giant. Like I know it's probably a little bigger, but
right.
Yeah, that probably wasn't that wasn't the best reproduction of this set.
No. Yeah. Pretty brutal. So I mean, I feel like the Ron Gant card isn't bad. You know what I mean? And it seems like this is a little bit smaller, but yeah, but this Chris Sabo one is just brutal.
How do the backs? Oh, and they got the white.
The backs, they did the craziness. So, but yeah, so there's a couple more of these. I think there's 5. They didn't do all the Rookie Cups because some of them were absolutely terrible. So, but there's like a Jay Buhner one, and there's a couple other ones. So I need to pick up those ones. But yeah, so I thought this is probably the worst 1989 Topps reprint card that I've ever seen. So then next up we have a Thurman Munson. So this is from a vintage, where is it? It's called Vintage Legends collection. And so this was like an insert set too. And so they basically took, this is kind of like a precursor to like archives. I mean, I think they were doing archives at the time in 2010, but basically just taking some, older players and putting them on old school designs. So yeah, so this one's kind of, I mean, obviously he plays for the New York American League team, but it's a pretty sweet looking photo on there. So
I think I have the same. Yeah, they didn't use the right fonts though for either the Yankees or Thurman Munson. They're both kind of different.
Right. Yeah. Here, let me see. Oh yeah, because look.
Yeah, like the A. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that Y. Totally different.
The K. Look at that. Come on, guys.
Come on.
That's called. So that's called. They didn't have the original font, and so they're just trying to find something that was close, and they're like, "Oh, this is close."
Yeah. Well, then they put the registered trademark there. You're like, no, whatever. Who cares? Come on. So, and then the back. All the backs on these ones are the same, but they're obviously, the fronts are the only parts that are different. So, and then this is a well, the interesting part to me is like on this one, right? They had this. They could have just like scanned it. You know what I mean? Like, done it. But like this one's like a new card, right? That they had to create. But it's like it's weird to me that they didn't just. It's a reprint, right? But
yeah.
So because like on this one. So like this one, it seems like it would be, you know what I mean? Like that is basically just, it's the same card, right? Like they're not redoing it. But also too, it's like the leaders, looks a little bit different. I'm assuming that the font would be the same on those ones, but I think they definitely redid that one too.
Yeah, it's different too, because look at the S's.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So yeah, those S's are totally different, and the leaders different font. So it's like they had the reference photos, but they didn't have the reference fonts. So hopefully, I'm assuming everything's digital now. So
yeah, I think from my research I've done as Google, like in-depth research, I think it's a custom script font. Like I haven't found anything that's close. Like
Right.
the ones that they're using here are ones that are similar, but it's obviously not the exact same. So
Yeah.
I imagine it's probably a custom font. That's my guess. My educated guess was that it was a custom font made for 1989.
Right. That they didn't.
Just those teams, you know.
Yeah. And so then this one's from a 60 years of Topps. So we've had 50 years of Topps, 60 years of Topps. I'm sure there's a 70 years of Topps one as well, but this is kind of a interesting one here. So
did you know this, that 89 Topps was dubbed the Wave by collectors because of the ribbon-like nameplate in the lower right-hand corner?
Yes. That's awesome. So yeah, so this one's a little bit beat up. I got this one from Sports Lots as well, but yeah, so but I mean it's Bo Jackson. So Bo Jackson's awesome. So and then our next two here we have so this is archives as well. And so this is 2013 archives, and this is a couple short prints that they had at the end. So they basically had the base set that kind of had like the 3 or 4 different designs, and then there was like 20 short prints that had all just kind of random designs. So there's a Hojo, Howard Johnson on here, and this starts to look a little bit more true to kind of what they were, you know, back in the day. So we have a Howard Johnson and a Ruben Sierra. So let me see if they got, no, but I think it's the same.
Yeah, that's the same font.
S, yeah.
Yeah, but then the Mets one looks better.
Yeah, the Mets one does.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Everybody's like tuning in to see us compare S's on reprints of 1989 Topps.
I know. Well, and then too is like, why didn't you just get the original card and show them next to it? But you know,
yeah,
planning. So there we go. So Ruben Sierra, yeah, both of these guys were kind of, you know, pretty awesome back in the day for their respective teams. So
what's the backs on those ones look like? Oh, nice.
The backs, yeah, looks like halfway decent. But going to a reference card, the
number's not the same.
Like, get the numbers right. Come on, like how hard is it to do? Like
I kind of like that treatment though of the it's not covered up with the stitching. Yeah,
that's true.
I like too the how the balls kind of pop on those ones.
Right, because it's on the white cardstock, so it looks definitely like the ball. So very nice, cool. Well, we were gonna do 1 part, then we did 2 parts. We're gonna do 3 parts of the Master Collection.
Whoa, so on the fly.
We still got so much more to go through, and we're gonna slice and dice it up. So make sure in the comments post what was your favorite card. Doug, I'll ask you what was one of your favorites.
I like the Griffey, the 50 years one.
Yeah.
That one was a pretty good representation.
I think I'm going to go with one of the basketball ones here. I'm going to see here.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, those basketball ones are pretty cool. The the Vlade one is pretty awesome.
I like the Tim. Oh yeah, the Vlade one. I think I might go Vlade.
It's cool just seeing the NBA names in the same like script, you know.
Yeah. Because like this one, it's like they got the S right.
Yeah, those ones look a lot better.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably go with one of these. I'd go with, you know, Sharunas or Vlade on there. So very nice. Well, there we go. Part 2 of the Master Collection. Stay tuned for part 3 coming to your YouTube channels soon. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.